Hey, this is a video for alcorniche to help familiarize you with the back-end dashboard. When you use the login that I sent over, when you log in, this is the first thing that you'll see. So we'll start, it may not look exactly like this, but we'll start with a number one, functionality. And you'll see a screen that looks like this. In section 1 functionality, what we do is we basically build all the tabs of your app. So if a time comes where you want something new, this is where you would come to do it. You would add a new tab. But we can, walk through that later. In section number 1, what you can do is reorganize the order of the tabs. So you can click on these double arrows, click, hold, and drag, and that will move your tabs anywhere you want them to be. There is a More button on the front of your device, and that More button is not represented in this list of tabs. So just remember that when you're planning the order. Another thing that you can do with your tabs, if you click Edit, if you want to change the name of your tab, for example, this tab that shows your GPS location it's called Location, but if you wanted to call it Contact Us, you simply click in that box and type whatever you want it to say. You can also scroll through here and choose a different icon for your tab. Make sure it's turned on by this active button and then just hit save, and then you'll be able to see that change there. One tab that I have added that is not turned on yet is called Photos. You guys had mentioned you wanted a gallery. Well, actually it is turned on. Let me go in and turn it off because it has no photos in it right now. So for the gallery tab, to turn it off, I just simply hit the edit button. I click that active tab so it will no longer show now, and then I hit save. Now, to add content or items to the app, we go to the section 2 content. And these are the two places where you're going to be, number 1 and number 2. The appearance is where we add all of the graphics, and then preview lets you look at it if you don't have it, typically I just use my device to look at any changes I made, but you can use the preview. Okay, here are your tabs again, and again, here are the double arrows, so you can drag them around in this area as well too. But the first one is contact, so this is where we put the web address, your email, your phone number. This is set up for US addresses, so I just searched a latitude and longitude and I placed those here. So if this is not mapping correctly, then if you know the latitude and longitude of alcorniche, you can put it in here and hit save. But hopefully that is correct. If you wanted to add the times, you could put it in here. You could add a time, and I think what I saw was that you guys were open Sunday, every day of the week it looked like 6 a.m. to 11. So if you wanted to just add all those in here, Sunday, and then if you want to add it another one as Monday, you could add those times in here as well and it would show up. So that's under the number 1, the contact us right here, set opening times. Now events is something I'm sure you're going to use because you have events on your website. So under the events tab, I put some here that you can look at to see how they are set up. So we'll click on the edit button. This way you can see how they look in your app as well. So this is a header image. The pixel size is 640 by 240. So you can put a header image in here. It looks very nice. You can have background color. You don't have to have white pages. So that can be a different color if you want it to be. I'll switch it back to white for now. You can choose a date right here, and the time is in military time, so just be sure that you make that adjustment for the time, the closing time of your event. The title, make sure you make sure that your tab is active, and then in here you can type your information. Now after you type your information, you can make different text edits, align left, center. You can even have text color. This one is text color. You can have different fonts, different sizes. You can also insert an image in here. So for example, if I wanted to put an image, I could click this insert image, and these are all the images that have been uploaded for your app already. So these are your trainers. So I could choose Amy, and now she's going to show up in this events. So you could have an image in here as well if you wanted to. And I can get you some specific sizes for the images so that they don't stretch or look pixely or whatever. But it's very simple to add events. So those two are set up so you can look around. If you want to delete, just hit delete to get rid of it. If you want to add brand new, you're going to hit add single. It's going to bring you to a blank screen, and you're just going to fill out, and do those things that you want. Send pictures is a tab that is only for the members to use. They'll use this feature to send a photo to a certain email box. Now, right now, it's coming to my email box. So when you have the email that you want, just go in here and update that to the correct email, and then it will go to that email address. I do that so that if it happens to come to me, I can remember to tell you guys, hey, you haven't updated this yet. You can change this wording. You can say whatever you want in here for them to look at and see. So that's something that it'll sit in the email box, then you download it, and then you re-upload it to either your Facebook, you can add it to your app gallery, whatever you want it to do. Punch cards, this is a tab that if you're not quite ready, you may want to turn it off, but you did talk about using punch cards, so you can see these in the app, and this is how you manage them. This 10th smoothie free, simply what I did was, this is the reward text, this is the secret code, which happens to be 10S, and then this is the square count because I'm getting the 10th smoothie free. If it was buy 10, get one free, then the square count would be 11. You could practice with this on your phone, the 10S, hit redeem, enter the code 10S, 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 and then after you redeem the whole punch card, you'll see where it says, do you want to redeem your reward? So you can play around, with that to see how it works. If you want to add a new one, these are just demo content, so please feel free to delete these, and then also go ahead and turn this tab off if you don't want people downloading your app and seeing the stuff in here. But to add a new one, you just hit add new, and you type in whatever your text is. Get a free T-shirt when you bring 2 friends or whatever it is. Then the secret code that somebody has to know in order to make that work, and then your square count. So that's how that works. The max square count is 20. So the QR coupons can go higher than 20. So we'll get to that one in a second. Now this Ask a Trainer is empty right now. Now the Ask a Trainer functions outside of the dashboard. So the way that works is people have your app. When they go to the Ask a Trainer, they press the conversation bubbles, and then it asks them to log into their Facebook or Twitter account. They log in, and then they type in their question in there. What's the best exercise for lower abs? Then that posts inside your app through their Facebook. It doesn't post to their Facebook. It only posts inside your app. But it has nothing to do with this back-end dashboard. It's all through the Facebook or the Twitter or the social media accounts. Somebody else then can respond back to that through their device. So if you want to get 2 people getting a conversation back and forth to see how that goes, then you can do that. Now, if you need to delete something, then you come to the dashboard right here, and all of your comments will be listed in this white space. And there'll be an X over here where you can delete the comment. But this is a feature that is managed, not from the app. So it's good because you don't have to worry about, you don't have to do anything. A good idea for this is that you could have like the cafe special, the daily special. The cafe manager from his app could just, through his Facebook, post what the special is. And he doesn't have to have dashboard access at all. And then, He could do that every morning or something like that. You know, you could have more than one of these. They're called member walls. You could have more than one of these member walls. One could be Ask a Trainer, one could be the Daily Special, one could be nutrition tips, and you could appoint somebody, you know, you're in charge of that. You need to post something every week, and then that way they don't have to have access to your dashboard. So that's just an idea, something to think on, you know, a way that you can utilize this. The Tell a Friend is for members, you know, users only. You don't need to do anything in the back end dashboard with this. They will log into their social media feed. They can type a comment if they want, or they can just push post. They don't have to have a comment with it. But when it posts to their Facebook or their Twitter account, it also brings a link to the Alcorniche app. So there's nothing for you to do here with that. Okay, the trial pass is a form. The trial pass, the personal trainer request, the spa request, employment opportunities, and fix it. Those are all forms. So I'm going to talk a little bit of detail about the trial pass, but then you can see that all these forms are basically the same thing. They're just different names. So the trial pass. So here we have, I'm going to click the pencil because this is how I can edit it. I'll show you how I created it in a minute. Okay, so here's the title. You can change the title. You can change this wording that's in here. You don't have to use this wording. You can change your success message. This is my email address, so go ahead and update this when you're ready. Now, this side is what the user of the app sees. This side is the dashboard side. So I add this field, trial pass, because when it is emailed to you, this trial pass and this description does not come with the email. So you're only going to see these fields that you add. So I go ahead and label it so you know what that is. So here's a field name. So I've made this required. You could call this your name. You know, you could call this member name, but you can customize that. Phone number, email. Now let's say I want to ask a question about the trial pass. I want to add some more fields. I go over here to add field and I click on that and I click multiple choice and it adds this field for me. Now to customize this field I simply click on it and now it is showing over here on the right side of my screen and I can ask them a question, you know, have you ever been a member of a, this is a long question, Health Club before, okay? But type in a question, and then I can do options, okay? So yes, no. If I need more options, I can hit the plus button. If I need less options, I just hit the minus button, okay? So yes or no. Let's say I want to ask them something else. I want to ask them if they have any fitness goals. So that's going to be more like a paragraph like this. It's going to give them a little more space to write. And so I say, what are your fitness goals? And then they can fill that out in here. So these fields that you can add, the single line text is for just a quick short answer where they're going to be able to answer it in one line. Paragraph text, a little bit more. Multiple choice. Name, time, address, date, phone number, website, email. These are all set up like this. When you select them, it will bring that field up already created for you. The section break is how I made this trial pass in here. So if I needed a section break, it's going to show up like this, section break. And then I could say something like, if I wanted to say optional questions. And then I wanted to add some more things to my form, but I wanted to tell them that this was optional, like, you know, name, time, you know, these are optional things. And that's how I put in that line for them there. Now, I don't want these fields on your trial pass, so I'm just going to simply hit the minus button, and it's going to delete those now and take those away for us. And it does always ask you if you're sure you want to delete, which is nice because you're not always Sometimes you press delete on accident, I'm sure you know. So that's how after I create the form, that's how I can go in and edit it and personalize it how I would like it to be. Now, the way I created the form was, let's say you have trial pass, and let's say you're going to have 2 choices for trial pass. So I'm going to add a new custom form. And let's say you have a 1-day trial pass that's free. Let's say you have I don't know, you just have a different type of a form. So here's, I'm going to start from scratch. So here's the send to, here's the title of the form. Maybe this is just the spa only. Maybe you have the spa pass, the club pass. Here's where I'm going to type in the description, and then I'm going to start adding my fields. What's your name? What date would you like to come? And so on. I'm not going to save this form, but I'm showing you just how you could simply have another form in there. So trial pass, the trainer request, the spa request, the employment opportunities, and the fix it are all forms, and they're all editable in that way. Now, once your app is up and going, you can log into the dashboard, and in this area right here, you can see a data report. Right now, there's 0 entries, but you can click on here, and it will tell you, 29. It'll tell you, and then you'll just have a list of all the forms that have been submitted. So without having to go ask anybody, the spa, the fix-it person, or whatever, you can just log in and occasionally see, are they being submitted? What's happening with that? So I hope that's helpful, information for you to be able to make these forms exactly how you want them to be. Social media is a tab. Now we just put Facebook. I'm not sure if you have a Twitter. I apologize. Don't have your setup sheet in front of me, but so if this is your only social media feed, which I doubt it is, but I can certainly add more. And if you look at this Facebook, it says m.facebook. That's because Facebook has a mobile version. We don't just put in the www. Twitter has a mobile version, so I'll do that so that they look right. But so once these are in, any updates you make on your social media feeds will automatically update in the app as well. You don't have to worry about that. The spa request is a form. The YouTube is just your channel right here. So any additions, anything you make on your channel will automatically come here too. So don't have to worry about that. We talked about, well, you mentioned this, the pictures being a little pixely, and I'm sure that's because they're not the originals. This is a little bit similar to the events, but right now you have 16, and you can have a thumbnail image of them. We can take a headshot, and a good 90 by 90 pixels works very nice in here. But let's just go look at Amy. And simply what I did was I typed in this, hello, I'm Amy. I inserted her picture, just like I showed you from the events tab. I inserted her image, and then I copied and pasted this from the website and reformatted it a little bit. But that's simply how I created that. So I would like to try one of these with the original to see if it's less pixely. We'll just see. Then from that, I can make a thumbnail, and I would insert it right here. I could hit choose file. It'll take me to my desktop. I can pick wherever those thumbnails icons are. If you don't want a picture of Amy, you could have like a little alcorniche logo or something, or you could leave it blank as it is now. How it shows in the app is with no icon. So it doesn't look like something's missing. It's just an opportunity where you can add something else. You can also have color background here, anywhere you see this background color, you don't have to have white. So that's a great option for you. You're not going to use a section. We'll talk about that when we get to the spa, and I'll show you the new design when we get to the spa. You guys may want to switch these over to a different design, but possibly not. I prefer the trainers like this. because the header image takes up a lot of space, and I'll show you that in the spa when we get there. Club alerts, we'll talk about that near the end. Employment opportunities is a form, and I apologize if I'm talking quickly. I am talking fast, I know. I don't normally do this, so I'm a little nervous. Okay, QR coupons are great, okay? But you need to create this and you need to practice with it so you get the hang of it so that you understand and you can explain it to people. Okay, so we're going to add a new QR coupon. It could be whatever you want, okay? It can be, we'll have free t-shirt with 50 check-ins, okay? Now, for a QR coupon, we'll start it today. We'll go through the 30th, okay? Can this coupon be used again? Yes or no. If you click yes, then it will regenerate itself. If you click no, then once they unlock it, that's it, they're done, So if you wanted it to be, the 25th smoothie is free, you would use the QR coupon because it goes higher than 20, and you can say, yes, it can be used again. So they can just keep on, unlocking that. Now, so this is the check-in targeted amount. This is 50 because they're going to have to scan it 50 times. Now, hour before the next check-in, this is a safety measure so that someone just can't sit there and scan your QR coupon over and over again. So you may want to say, 8 hours, but you just need to, you can say 1, but you have to you've got to set a time there. So when you're practicing with this, remember that, you can only scan it once on each device, and then you got to wait an hour to scan it again, okay? And so, yes, it's active. So this is the description. When they unlock the coupon, then you can type a message in here, congratulations, go show this to so-and-so, and you'll get your free t-shirt. You can type the message in here that you want them to see. You can have an image with that as well. And if it's a square, it's 90 by 90 pixels. You can do 80 by 80, you can do 100 by 100, but don't go any bigger than that. Okay, so then I'm going to view the code. Okay. I've got to enter a code. Okay, so we'll just have 50 checks will be my code. I don't really think it matters at all. Let me save changes. Okay, so now I have my QR coupon, and here's my QR code. Okay, so you could scan that with your phone, and it would tell you that you unlocked one, that you've got 49 more to go, and so and so. So that is something for you to play around with. It really is great because it saves it, and you don't have to keep track of punch cards or anything for anybody, and so on. But definitely you want to get everyone familiar with it, so that there's no glitches when you use it. Everybody has a QR scanner in their app, so they're not leaving your app to go open their QR scanner application. They're staying in the alcorniche app to scan the QR codes. So, that's great. Photos, this is a gallery. We're going to come back to the spa. Photos, if you'd like to have a gallery, there's several ways you can do it. If you have a Flickr, I've never seen a Picasa account, so I don't know how they work. But if you have Instagram, Picasa, or Flickr, you can simply choose that, Flickr. And then if you follow these directions, it will show you what you need to do. You need your login API key. Instagram, those look great. I've seen several of those. You can send me your login information and I can upload it. It doesn't matter, but those look great. If you just want to upload photos, you've got 20 photos, then you're doing a custom one. You can have it display as a grid or a cover flow. You can have descriptions for the images, but they don't show until you touch the picture, and then it brings up the description only. So it may be a lot of work for not that much attention. So just think on that. But to add your photos here, you simply hit choose file, and it takes you out to your desktop. You go copy your 20 photos, and then you hit save, and it'll bring in your images here. So, you could have several of these tabs, and one could be, just a gallery. You could do your trainers this way. You could take photos of, you could say, meet alcorniche, and you could have, the photos of the front desk people, and, you could put their name. It wouldn't show necessarily with their photo, but you could use this functionality to show a couple of different things. So just a thought on that. Okay, the spa is probably the most involved tab that you have right now. And I've worked on it part way on purpose because I wanted you to see the layering effect and how it works, because I'm sure at some point this will need, edits and stuff. And so I wanted you to see that. Okay, you have 4 categories, but you're going to want more categories. I know there's gifts and retail. So when it comes time to add another category, we do add new category. And we just follow the prompts. It's very simple. Once I have all the categories set up, now I'm going to be adding items to my category. So in the massage therapy, what I've done, and you can look at this in your app to see how it looks, I've added 2 of the items. Now, there's more that need to be added. So I will hit add new item, and then I will add my next one. If I want to rearrange the order, I simply click and drag them around. Anywhere you see those double arrows means you click, hold, drag, and you can rearrange it. Now, let's say I need to edit this relaxing. Okay, so I click the edit button. I strongly recommend that you don't delete, but you just make stuff inactive for now. Once you delete, like if you delete a trainer, you've got to go back and start from scratch. If you make them inactive, then you can go back and reactivate. But delete is gone forever. So here is the relaxing. I've already built the section, so I'm not going to put them in another section. So here's the name. It's relaxing. This is something I copied off of your website, which I know is not going to stay. Here's the header image. So I chose my file. Now, it needs to be 640 by 240. This one is a little bit off, and I didn't scale it, so that could be, I don't know how it looks in the app, but I put that in there for you to see. These header images look fabulous right here. So if you have some you want me to use, I can scale them if you don't have scaling software, but they really look great. They add a lot to the spa. Here's the color. You can have a colored background. You don't have to have white. That's just completely your preference, up to you. You could also put a picture in here, just like the trainers are, but I think if you use the header image, you don't need the picture. I say you use one or the other. That's why I have new design selected here. New design is not selected on the trainers because their photos fit better in here than in a header image. I hope that makes sense. Down here then, I chose a thumbnail, and this is 99. It is 90 by 90 pixels. So I simply chose my file. I went and got it. I think that looks really great too. But what I did to help you see your choices are, I put some icons in the massage, but I didn't put anything in the facial. So you can choose to yes, have this, or not have this. And so that is how this is built. If I needed to, let's say I spelled slimming wrong, so I need to edit this category. So I hit the edit button, and I could type in here and added it. That's my section, and now I'm going to have things underneath it. If I want to turn it off, here's my active button. So I'm going to keep working on this, over the next few days, but I wanted you to see just how it's set up, and I think it's really going to look great. And I wanted you to look at it in your app and see the back-end dashboard side, so maybe it'll be clearer to you, how it's all going to come together. Okay, that's your tabs. I know it's kind of a quick thing, But what I have a few more things to do, but what I'm hoping is that by watching this first, then when we come to the phone call, it'll be a very efficient use of our time because you'll already have your questions, and that way you can hit the ground running. I just think it'll be better for the time difference and the international calling and all that stuff. I think it'll be better. Across the top up here are some tabs that are specific to your club. This messages is where you're going to send your push alerts. Now down here where it says club alerts, you don't do anything with this tab at all. This is just, it's a tab and it will open, but you don't have to do anything with this at all, okay? But to send a push alert, you log in and you click on this messages tab. And once you get here, there are 4 things. Step 1 is the message. You type in your message right here, 128 characters. I'm just going to type something so that something will show up. Okay. Hey there. Now I can view it right here. Down here is a history. I click on these arrows and it will show me what we have sent. Okay, we sent this one to make sure that your feature worked. If you want to delete this, click this X, it will go away. But here's the history of everything that you sent. You can see that down here where these green arrows are. Now, you can choose to just message your iPhone users. You can choose to just message your Android users. We assume you want to address all your users, so you're going to keep those selected. You can also opt to have your push alert connect to your Facebook page or also your Twitter. So you just click on that, you follow the prompts through that, and I hope I didn't lose my, let's try the back button. Okay, great. So that is a great option to be able to do that. I believe, because I'm not sure on this is a new feature, I believe you have to do that every time. Connect to Facebook every time. So if I'm wrong on that, let me know because I'm not quite sure. Now, section number 2 gives us a little more information. This right here, discovered app users, is telling me this is your downloads that you have. You have 8 iPhone downloads and 4 Android downloads. This is where you will come to see your total number of downloads. Now, in section number 2, you can also choose to message all your users, or you can do a specific area. And this is where your radius, your latitude and longitude is important because this could be totally wrong. But you could, do a radius of 10 miles and it will show you that. You can type in an address. I'm not quite sure on this because you're in an international situation, so I'm not quite sure about the address working here for you. So latitude and longitude is probably the safest thing. My bet is you're probably going to message all your users all the time, as do the majority of our customers. So that's probably not going to come into play, but it is an option. Section 3 is content. You can attach a link, a website, perhaps your Club OS, perhaps your MyZone, perhaps a place they need to go to sign up for something. I'm not sure. You can attach an app tab. This is a fabulous thing to do. Have you asked a trainer? Have you, it's the last day. Have you filled out a spa request? And then you can attach that, and that will, when they go to the alert section of the app and they read that, they can just press on it. It'll take them right there in the app. They don't have to, saves them a step looking around and stuff like that. So that's a great thing to do too. And then of course you go to publish, and I thought I typed a message here, but maybe, I'm not sure, but you go to publish, there'll be a publish button and you hit publish. You can publish now, or there'll be a calendar you can schedule it to publish. So that's a great feature I know you guys are going to use a lot. Now, analytics is going to tell you about what's happening in your app. So when you click on analytics, this is always loads slowly for me, but it is going to bring up like some charts for you to see where people are looking in your app. If they're looking at your spa, if they're looking at your trainers, etc. Where your downloads are coming from. Okay, here we go. So this is kind of some cool information that you can see. Let me see if I can get a better view for you. So once you have some time gone by, you can set up a custom date to search, but right now, of course, your app hasn't been live very long. So, but this is, showing you that you have visitors, they're looking at your app in the App Store. You've got some people in Australia who have looked, in the course of the United States. I'm sure that's all of us. But this is where, after they download it, because they're looking at it in the App Store, and then they're downloading it, and then this is where they're looking in your app. And so, you can see this. And right now, today is, I think it's September 1st. I'm sure this is mostly, me and my team working on your app, making sure, it's functioning and how it's supposed to be, and you guys. So we don't expect those numbers to be, big right now anyway. But that's fun and exciting stuff to look at. Now you can also look at tab analytics, and it's going to be very similar information, but it's going to be in a bar graph, and it's going to give you the top 5 tabs. So that you can see that. And hopefully this might load a little quicker, but possibly not. But okay, so here we go. So like your YouTube, people looking at that. Obviously, so events, it's got a pretty good, here's your top 5. So, your events has got some traction. So, that's probably something that you want to be aware of what your top 5 tabs are, and making sure you're keeping those well populated with good stuff, because you want people to be looking at that. So that's just some fun information for your marketing people and all that to know. This is a help. It has some helps in this. If you want to read through all that, if you don't want to email me, but you can always email me. This is your account. If you want to change your password, just because, you can change it right here. Old password, new password, confirm. That's no problem. You do that under account. You can put in your name, email, telephone number. That doesn't matter. I have that information already. But that is where you would go if you wanted to change your password. There is only one login for the dashboard, so you do have to share it with other people. So just something to be aware of. Now, here are some QR codes that are specific to your app only. These are things, there's 3, but you really only need the HTML5. This HTML5 will know what kind of phone it is, and will take the user to either iTunes or Google Play. So this is one you need. It knows both. And so all you simply do is you right-click on it, you save it, and then you email it to somebody. You can print it out on a piece of paper. If you have a printer, we're happy to send them this QR code. It is all straight edges, so you can size it to any size you want. It has no jagged edges, so it will work in any size. So that's your QR code. This is the QR code that gets people to your app. Okay, the other QR codes were for the coupons after they've downloaded. I know that was a lot, but I think this will really be helpful. I'm really looking forward to talking with you guys, and I'm going to brush this up and put it on YouTube and send it to you. Thanks so much. Have a great night. Bye-bye.